Hello, my angels. I hope you're all really well. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to a new vlog. Oh, it has been an extremely busy day today. I've literally been thinking about picking up the vlogging camera and actually vlogging today, but I literally did not have a spare pair of hands today, so I'm really sorry. But I think actually we managed to get a few cool drone shots today, so I will hopefully be able to include those in this vlog. But it was the most beautiful sunrise. The little sausages trotting around the orchard, Dora the Explorer working her magic, and actually me flying it, which I'm feeling very proud. I'm feeling a lot more confident in flying her, which is very exciting. And it just adds a little bit more of a dynamic twist to things, and I'm able to capture things that I wouldn't necessarily be able to capture you on this camera. And it's so funny, a lot of people ask me, do I feel as though I'm talking to myself or do I feel like I'm talking to you? And I always say, I literally switched this camera on and already I think we've been speaking for about a minute and a half and my face is already hurting from smiling. And I think that's just how happy it makes me feel to just be able to speak to all of you, and I feel like it's like a real one-on-one conversation, which I absolutely love. So to answer that question is that no, I don't feel as though I'm just chatting to myself, because in fact I'm not. I'm chatting to just the most exceptional group of phenomenal human beings who are so kind, heartfelt, supportive, and just exceptional human beings. So thank you to all of you. And this evening I'm feeling really rather relieved. I've got to be honest, I've got a tiny bit of more work to do. I need to just listen to the end of a vlog to 100%. Yes, it's ready to rock and roll, because you guys know what I'm like. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, and sometimes that's definitely one of my downfalls. I sometimes think I'm a little bit too much, but I will never ever let something go out unless I absolutely love it myself. I always say, if this was my last YouTube vlog, or if this was my last Instagram reel to go live, would I be happy with it? And if the answer is no, well then it doesn't go live. And if the answer is yes, then you guys all get to see it. So anyway, I've got to finish the end of one vlog, but I've also got to change over the arrangement that we have in the hallway. I think I have done it with you once before. We have a beautiful vase in our hallway that goes up the staircase to the old house. And we have a beautiful arrangement of silks, and they're kind of seasonal really. We have like blossom, we've got a gorgeous autumnal, Christmas, and we have also got some high summer silks. And when I say silks, that actually is faux flowers. And of course I love having fresh flowers, but it's not very sustainable and it's also rather spenny to keep that up. So on days and weeks where it is just Mark and myself, or just the family, and we're not entertaining and don't have any house guests, then we have a beautiful silk arrangement. And what I'm trying to say, in a very long way, is that I need to do a high summer silk floral arrangement, and I thought it'd be really lovely to share it with you guys. You guys kind of love these like slow, relaxing, homey vlogs, and I'm home alone, but not for much longer. Mark is coming back this evening. He's actually been in Germany this week. He has been working in Germany, so it's kind of like a combination between, obviously I'm by myself, but it does actually mean that I can get a ridiculous amount of work done when he's not here. Very much so, and quite rightly so. You know, we get to a certain time in the evening where he's like, okay, Leonora, you've got to put your phone down, like enough is enough, we need to eat. It's like 10 o'clock at night. And then I'll quickly eat and I'll continue editing. I think my worst, gosh, we're really getting into the thick of it, aren't we? I think my worst time is, I think every single YouTuber or vlogger will agree with me, or blogger, Vlogmas. I mean, we are already prepping for Vlogmas and we are in May, ladies and gentlemen. This is how much prep that has to go into it in terms of ideas and thinking, like dynamic and the vision for this year. Just, I'm exciting myself. I just can't wait. Anyway, we've got months to go. But anyway, what I was trying to say is I think my worst time was when I literally was working like all hours of the day and night. And it was not, you know, it made myself sick. So Mark used to go to bed and I'd go to bed with him and then I'd wait for him to fall asleep and I'd create like a little like human pillow sausage, thinking that hopefully he would think it was me, and I'd get back out of bed, come downstairs and continue editing. And then I'd hear Leonora at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Not proud moments, but you gotta do what you've got to do. Anyway, whilst he's not here, I thought it'd be really lovely to switch the camera on, speak to you guys, create the most gorgeous floral silk display in the hallway, and I am going to attempt, I haven't actually, and I cannot believe I've never done it. Mind boggles me that I've never done it because we have so much here at home, is make our very own homemade elderflower cordial. You guys all know how much I love my beaver cordials, and I just thought I've got all of the ingredients here. So we're going to go and forage for some elderflower. I believe we have it actually over at the pond by the horses. So we'll go over and say hi to the horses. We'll take some carrots over there and we will pick some elderflower, and we're going to come over here, make it, as I said, make the floral arrangement, and it's just going to be the most gorgeous, wholesome, happy and heavenly vlog. So I truly hope you guys enjoy it. What should we do first? I feel like because I've mentioned the horses and foraging, you're going to want to do that first. And I can hear that someone, oh, it's you. Okay, sorry, eat your poop, sorry. I have to actually bring Lancelot's food now into the kitchen for him to eat because he eats so slowly, and sometimes if he walks away from his food, perfect timing, Fatty down here steals his food. Yes, guilty as sin, caught red-pawed. They've just had their dinner. A little bit of fishy puppy porridge was on the menu this evening. Wasn't it, Wig Pig? Do you want to say hi to everybody? Do you want to say hi to everybody? Don't really let you on the counter. Daddy would go crazy. All the things we do when he's away. Oh, we have so much fun. Have all the babies in bed with me. Oh, it's just pure bliss. Pure bliss. Oh, my goodness me. I've almost got a microphone again. Wiggy, I will spare you from Mummy singing. Anyway, let's go and get some carrots and let's head over to the horses and forage for some gorgeous elderflower heads. Come over, make some cordial, and whilst that is, I'm sure I need to have a little look at my cookbooks and have a little bit of a Google for a recipe, but I'm sure it takes a little bit of a while whilst it sort of like stews together, simmers, boils, not quite sure how it works. Wig Pig. And whilst that is, you know, working its magic into the most scrumptious cordial, we are going to create the most beautiful silk floral arrangement of dreams. So, Wigs, are you ready? Are you ready? You can't quite believe that he's on the countertop. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. Come on then. Let's go. You can probably hear me munching. I have got our supplies and I am just heading out over to the horses. Look at those beautiful yellow roses on the barn there. I think we might actually have to go and see them. Gosh, they're absolutely stunning. They are in full bloom. Our rose arbor is also just about in full bloom too. So I think I might actually have to take you out there to have a little look. But these are the most beautiful, pale butter yellow roses. And they are absolutely stunning. And the birds are singing and it is just heavenly. Oh my goodness gracious me. So actually this building is going to be converted into the most beautiful 4-bedroom house, and we've actually still got a lot of work to do here. Obviously this is the estate office. The lighting isn't really doing the magic today, and then actually we're building a big barn here in the driveway. We'll go underneath a beautiful clock tower, and then this will be absolutely stunning, and it will be sort of matching the house, all brick and flint, and beautiful. So it's certainly a project and a half, and will of course take a little bit of time, but I just wanted to be able to show you these beautiful roses. Hi my gorgeous girlies. Hi my beauties. Hi my precious ones. Oh, here are the girls. So these are our gorgeous broodmares. Mummy's got gorgeous carrots for you. Carrots! I know, right. Okay, let's prop these in half. There we go, darling. Oh, so this is Eternity and this is Golden Star. I feel like I've introduced you to the girls before, but they have both had, she has had 3 foals and Eternity has had 4. Oh, and they are all babies, and now some of them, the eldest is actually 6 and on the circuit. And you've been such a gorgeous mummy. Little bit for me, little bit for you. Please bite it, young lady. Please do not try this at home. Make sure you feed horses with a flat hand, like so. Excuse me, greedy minx. That was hers. Oh, you gorgeous girls. Gorgeous girlies. Well, mummy's coming over here because you have elderflower. You do, by your pond. Excuse me, I saw that, little Nippingtons. Very naughty indeed. There's a little carrot for you. Bite for me. Bite for you. It's gonna spin you guys around, but they are honestly my whole world. And when people say to me, like, do you miss it? Of course I miss it, and I miss the adrenaline and I miss the win, and the most important thing I think is like the human and horse interaction, but I'm so unbelievably lucky that I still have that, and we have the girls here and they are actually fully retired broodmares now, so they won't be having any more babies. I just don't think it's fair. They're not breeding machines, and now they will get to live their life and just enjoy their life in a gorgeous field. They have field shelters, they come in the winter, they get carrots, they get loving, and they are just such sweet-natured babies. And yeah, actually not really you. You're actually a bit of a... She's the bully of the field. Huh? But she is your best friend, because when we take her to go and have her feet done, this one makes a right old racket, don't you? My friend, my friend. Right, girls. I've got one carrot. Ready? Okay. One more carrot. Bite for me. We need to put this one in half. Hang on a second, right? I'll do something that's very unladylike. Right. That's half that. Bit for you. A little bit for you. Good girl. Well, I thought that you guys would enjoy seeing them, and I have in fact actually spotted so much elderflower. So we're going to go and forage, and we're going to make some gorgeous elderflower cordial, my darling. We are indeed. No nibbles, please. No nibbling me. There is nothing better. So those horsey gals out there, horsey people I should say, because those gents will know exactly what I'm talking about too. There is nothing better, I actually can't name anything better than having a horsey kiss in this spot. Oh, she's not gonna let me do it. In this spot right here. It's like the smooshy bit. Golden Star will let me kiss her. Oh, she just wants carrots. She's like, give me the carrot. In this little bit here. Oh, excuse me! I saw those teethies! You're so naughty! So, Mummy, give me the carrots and everybody will stay all safe. Gosh, I love you so much. Oh, I could eat you. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm warbling on, but I'm in absolute heaven. And to be able to, you know what, have a crazy, crazy work day, and then to be able to walk over and see them. I've got the sheep barring in that field, which I'm sure you've heard, and I've got the girls here in this field, and it is just pure heaven. Anyway, my loves, I will see you guys in a little bit. You guys can enjoy watching Mummy try and forage for elderflower. Hopefully I won't fall out of a tree this time. There's been lots of falling out of cars and falling out of trees recently. I need to be a little bit more careful with myself. Right, a kissy please. Oh, gosh, I love them so much. Okay, right, we're off to find some elderflower. So, let's go. So this is where the sheep are. And we were actually sheared yesterday because we had such glorious weather. Hi, everyone. Have you just been fed as well? Oh, you look like such smart gentlemen with your new haircuts. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And amazingly, the elderflower is literally just here. So I am going to pick the elderflower on this tree here and on this tree over here, and that is our beautiful pond. So let's go and take a look. So my plan is to pick some of this elderflower. I'm very handy that, you know what, the majority of it is actually in reaching distance. So I'm very, very pleased with that. So I'm going to set you guys up somewhere so that you can enjoy me trying to forage this gorgeous elderflower. And there was me worrying that I didn't have enough elderflower. My goodness gracious me, it is growing in abundance. We've also got so many other bushes, trees, elderflower trees, elderflower hedges, elderflower shrubs. You get the gist. All around the pond, which is just beautiful, and of course throughout the orchard. But I think it's safe to say that we have enough. I am so excited to make our very own for the very first time. I can't believe I've not tried it. You guys know how much I love baking and cooking. Excuse me. So for the very first time, let's go and make our homemade elderflower cordial. Gosh, that sheep really does want to be the star of the show, doesn't it? Let's go. So this is our gorgeous little basket of beautiful elderflower. Gosh, I cannot wait to make this. We are back inside, and this is what we have just foraged. I've got the most beautiful elderflower heads. So if you didn't know what elderflower looked like, it looks a little bit like cow parsley, but a little bit bushier, and you can really actually see the little flowers on the end. Hopefully that is going to focus, yeah, so that you can see. And I've had a little bit of a mooch on Google, and I've had a quick look at the Maryberry cookbook, and I found a recipe that I would like to use. What I found really interesting is that you don't wash it. You give it a good old shake to make sure that there are no creepy crawlies. Obviously we can't have any of the leaves or the bark, or really the stems. You really want just the flowers. So I'm going to take a little bit of time just sort of de-stemming them and de-leaving them, and hopefully debugging them. But just to chat you through the recipe and the ingredients that's needed, literally I had all of them in my home. And you can like play around, I think, if you wanted to add a little bit of mint, or if you wanted to add, you know, make it raspberry and elderflower, mango and elderflower, you know, add anything that is going to set your soul on fire. But I'm going to keep it basic for my first my first go, as we should say. So I'm going to give those all a little bit of a jingle jangle and hopefully get as many creepy crawlies as I can out. You are also going to need a lemon. You're going to use the rind, and you are also going to use 4 slices of it. You're going to need 1 litre of water. Just popped a little Pyrex dish, and what, 1 litre? No, sorry, excuse me, 1 pint, which is half a litre. And then you're going to need 750 grams of golden caster sugar. I haven't actually measured out my caster sugar yet. This should be enough. This is 1 kg, and it's sort of like 3/4 the way full. So fingers crossed. And if not, I have got a little bit of backup pure cane caster sugar, which I'm sure won't ruin the whole thing. And that is literally it. It says on the recipe here that you need like 12 to 15 heads. Well, we have made and foraged quite a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, as I said, I'm going to have a little bit of a jingle jangle with the elderflower and just prep this and make sure this is ready to rumble. And then we're going to head over to the hob and we're going to add the sugar to the water and actually start to make our syrup, and then get this cordial on the road. I am so excited about this. And it does actually say that day 2 is better. One of the things about citric acid is that it prolongs the shelf life. However, I think we can like make this weekly, and it would just be absolutely divine to have like a gorgeous little jug. I'm now gonna have to do a little bit of an Amazon order and get some gorgeous bottles and have some labels made. I think that would just be absolutely divine. Gosh, homemade cordial. Why did I not do this sooner? I'm so excited about this. Right, I'm gonna pop you guys on a time lapse. I'm gonna add some gorgeous music over the top, so enjoy. So this is our beautiful elderflower. So I'm actually going to grab a different pot and I'm going to make our sugar syrup, and then I think we literally just add the lemon and the elderflower, and then we have to let it sit for 24 or even up to 30 hours for it to be that delicious, really flavoursome, almost creamy elderflower cordial. Gosh, I can't wait. Daddy is home. He made it back in miracle timing.
Hello everybody.
Hello everybody. He is playing with his baby. He's playing ball with the boys. Say hi to everybody.
Hello everybody.
I know, you were so shocked about me making elderflower cordial. So I have just popped it on the hob. So I've added the pint of water and then the 750 grams of golden caster sugar. And you're just going to melt that sugar at a very, very low heat and just stirring occasionally until that is all absorbed. And then we're actually going to pop it onto a fierce boil for about a minute. We're going to let that cool. And then we add the elderflower, and then we just leave it to stew, which is so exciting. Look at that gorgeous goldeny colour that it's already got. I definitely think that that is from the golden caster sugar. So I would say that that has all dissolved. And it's this gorgeous, rich, golden colour. So now, my recipe says, I can't wait to try this, and then I can kind of make a recipe myself. I've now popped that onto a very, very high heat, and we're going to bring it to a fierce boil. And once it's fiercely boiling, we're going to take it off the heat. Gosh, I love how the reflection of the skylight shows in our gorgeous sugar syrup. As you can see, it is 7:20. Oh, this is so gorgeous. I cannot believe we are finally making this together. So I think I may have forgotten about one ingredient. So there needs to be a substitute for the citric acid. So if you don't want to use that, then you can actually in fact use apple cider vinegar. So this is Willie's ACV Organic Probiotic Live Apple Cider Vinegar. I hope it's going to work. So we need 2 tablespoons of this. So once you have fiercely boiled your gorgeous sugar syrup, we're going to pop in 2 tablespoons of this, and I think this just sort of cuts through the real sweetness of that sugar syrup and almost sort of adds a little bit of tartness back into it. So I've just mixed that round. And then what you're going to need to do is get yourself a heat-proof bowl. And we're going to pour this syrup over the top of those gorgeous elderflowers. So let's head over to the chopping board and let's do that together. Okay, so I've got my gorgeous glass bowl. Oh, chopping my head off. But actually, I suppose you can see what I'm doing down here. So this is my heat-proof glass bowl. I've got my slices of lemon, my beautiful elderflowers in here. And then this is my gorgeous sugar syrup. It is this beautiful, you guys actually can't see that. And if I tilt it anymore, it's gonna go all over you. So this is my beautiful sugar syrup, and this, we're just going to pour it over the top of that elderflower and then let that soak for at least 24, if not 36 hours. So at this rate, I'm going to pop either a plate or a tea towel over the top of this. I'm going to give it a little bit of a mix and just make sure that gorgeous elderflower and all those lemons are within that beautiful syrup. And I'm going to pop a plate on the top of it, and we are going to uncover that tomorrow, and we are going to make a delicious mocktail with our very own homemade Elderflower Cordial. Eek! And then I suppose we can like experiment and really make it our own. And I suppose you kind of, everybody has different taste buds, so you can make it super sweet, you can make it tart, we can add so many different ingredients in it. Gosh, I feel like this is going to be a whole series. Anyway, I'm going to add a lid onto this, and I'm going to have a good old catch up with Marcus, and then we're going to head into the hallway and make this beautiful faux floral arrangement together. We are now in the hallway, and this is the floral arrangement. I kind of started a little bit earlier, but I'm not vibing. I'm not vibing. So I always try to keep it as seasonal as possible. So we actually had a beautiful blossom arrangement for spring, but now that blossom has sadly gone, we are now going with like super high summer pieces. So we've got some gorgeous delphiniums, we've got some foxgloves, we've got these gorgeous flowers, which actually, I'm not quite sure what you would call these, but these are all just the most fantastic. That gorgeous foxglove, stunning. Silks, look at that. Beautiful agapanthus. So I've also got some foliage, and then I've got some beautiful other pieces just down here. I've also got the most stunning pink roses. So really high summer pieces. We're going to stick to the purples and the blues and the gorgeous greens. But I think with silks, I do think you need to invest in really good quality, and then they last you forever, and you can create so many different arrangements. However, if this is not your bag, then you can of course just sort of have your seasonal, you know, spring, summer, autumn and winter floral arrangements that you kind of keep together, and then just pop them up in the attic or out in the garage. However, I do like to change things up a little bit, and this season I bought these gorgeous delphiniums from Ochre. I mean, they are just remarkable how they look like the real thing. They're just so dainty, and if you look at the detail, look inside that flower, you would never ever know that these were fake. So these are actually from Ochre. So they are Bunshed by Ochre. I will leave a link down below so that you guys can have a little look on the website. But I always say that, you know what, it is not financially viable to always have an enormous arrangement here of fresh florals. So I do like to have silks when we aren't sort of entertaining or having a big party or having house guests. Anyway, let's get this done. So I think what I'm going to do is actually start off with the pieces that I know I really, really want to use. And I'm going to stick on the sort of blues and purple trajectory. So I am going to, I know this sounds like a sort of bit of a silly thing to do, I always keep one of the labels on each silk so I know where they came from, so that next year or seasons to come, if ever I'm looking for something, I can look at one of them and I kind of push it down so that they are in, or I try to anyway, so that that label is actually in the pot so nobody can see it. So I'm going to start off with these beautiful, God, they are absolutely gorgeous, those delphiniums. And then I'm going to go in with the slightly lighter delphinium. And then we're literally just going to have a little bit of a play and build it up. What is this? This is a very big branch. Oh, wow. It's all attached. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Oh, gosh, it's an enormous one. And it's got foliage on it. It's absolutely stunning. Okay. Gosh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's almost as though it is literally just blooming. It's so smart how they do these things. So, because this is a round table, it's really, really important to ensure that you like the look at it from all angles, which does sometimes make it slightly more difficult. Now this is a really rather large one, and his little buddies on the left and right need to make sure that they are in the perfect position. And I wouldn't have bought one of those, I would have definitely bought more than one, so I'm hoping there is another one and we can pop it the other side. Gosh, that looks amazing already. And then what I'll do is I will swivel you guys around so that you can see what it looks like from the front. Now, really the main view of this piece is from this door here when you're walking up the staircase. So, there you go. I'm just going to make sure that these leaves, they have been all sort of scrunched up because they live in the shed when they're not being used. And you can kind of play around because those leaves have actually been popped on wire. So that's the best thing about silks, is with normal florals and those stems, you can't really bend the stems, otherwise they snap. But with these, you can kind of put it exactly where you want it, which is so handy. So we've got one of those gorgeous delphiniums going that way and one going this way, and just making sure that these are coming out the back. God, that looks absolutely stunning. We need another one of those gorgeous purple ones coming out here, just to break up that sort of dark blue there. And then I'm going to actually start adding in a touch of white. But before that, oh, look at this. I absolutely love these. So I'm going to pop those in. And they sort of create a little bit of height and all these different textures. They just look fantastic. So I'm going to pop that round here. This is like my dream evening. After a crazy day and so much technology. Do you know what? Not to have my phone. Oh, one more of those. Oh, work in threes, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, not to have my phone and not to be staring at a computer and just have a little bit of off time chatting to you guys is actually just heaven. I always say it, but those comments, guys, you just blow me away. You blow me away. I go as far as to say that there are a fair few of you that genuinely bring multiple tears to my eyes. And you know what, when I'm having a bit of an off day or a down day, I think I've told this to you guys before, but I walk around the orchard and I just, 5 minutes just reading through those comments. It's my favourite thing to do first thing in the morning. I take the boys out and I read through the comments that have come in overnight. the time you take, the depth that you go into, and they're just all so heartfelt, and I'm so grateful to you guys. Anyway, I couldn't have thought of a better evening if I tried. Mark has just got home. I'm just finishing the last little pieces that I really wanted to do this evening. Spend some time with you guys. Just almost decompress from the day. I actually think that might even be a touch too big. I might even have to scrunch up everything that I just unscrunched. And pop it in there. And then Mark and I are going to have a spot of dinner and a very early night. Gosh, that looks so beautiful. Let's have a little look at what that looks like from here. Oh, I love it. Gosh, I really love that. Okay, let's add in a touch of white here and there. So I've got these. I'm not quite sure what you would call these. I also have got the most beautiful little picture of that. I'm going to pop him in. Has a little bit more gravitas that side, which is perfect. And then I've got these gorgeous little flowers. Now, they're sort of like within the blossom family. I'm not quite sure what these are meant to be. And there's me saying I leave a label on a couple of them. But I must say, I feel like my new purchase from Ochre, these are a little bit more sort of natural. And look at those gorgeous yellow centers. So these are the most stunning hollyhock. Look at those. Oh, they're just amazing. Give you guys a super, super close up. Look at their centers, the way that they have created those beautiful petals. They're so delicate. And then look at how exceptional that is. This is a silk flower, ladies and gentlemen. Blown my mind. And again, these are from Ochre. So I feel like this is a little bit further away, but I am going to give you guys a close-up in just a jiffy. I just want to make sure that it is pure perfection before I do so. And I'm going to pop one of them coming out that way, and I just feel like I think I'm going to have to take the labels off of these because that is slightly too high. Okay. So we had a big shoot today, and it literally could not have gone any better. Again, I feel like it's all about the planning when it comes to shoots. Okay, she says she wanted to take the labels off. She does want to take the labels off. However, I actually can't get the labels off. And I'm just going to pull these beautiful little florals on those hollyhocks just open slightly. Like so. This one, I'm hoping I can just take off bosses off here. Use my strength. Oh, there we go, it worked. Oh, did use my strength. Well done, yeah. Okay. As I was saying, going seriously off piste here, aren't I? And so we shot today here in the gardens, and it is looking absolutely magnificent. Oh, is that grandfather clock about to go off? And we shot underneath the rose arbor. We shot a few projects here which went really, really well. And then we shot a couple of things in some fields. We shot something over the road. And then we shot something extremely cool. Like really, really cool. So Holland Cooper, I think I've shared it with you before. I've definitely shared it with you guys before. The Henley Blazer. Well, I'm a Henley girl. Holland Cooper's Henley Blazer, there's only one place to shoot it, and that's in Henley. And with Henley Royal Regatta coming up, we shot something epic. I mean, quintessentially British, as luxury as it gets. Think heritage, think great British excellence, think rowing, think boats, think slippers. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm not sure whether that will be live by the time that you see this. Have a little look over on my Instagram, and if it is live, then please show it some love, because I feel very proud of that one, and I cannot wait to edit it. It's one of those things, like, I absolutely love that part of my job as well. It's like, I adore editing my YouTube vlogs, and like I said earlier, like, I'm not happy unless things are absolutely perfect. Gosh, we are really going for a super whimsical floral arrangement here, but I am loving it. I'm now popping in some of the most beautiful silk roses, and these are actually some of the roses that were my grandmother's. So, I mean, they are very old. And like I always say, if you invest in really, really good quality pieces, they will last you for so long. So that is looking absolutely divine. I just think we need something just here. So what have we got? Got this gorgeous little beauty. However, I think that may have seen better days. What else have we got down here? I've got some more foliage. We have got these. However, I was just a bit mean about these and said that they had seen better days and that my ochre ones were pretty. However, I still think they look gorgeous. So, shall we see if one of those looks good right in the centre? And then, I'm not sure. It does look amazing, or whether it just looks a little bit busy, and I should really bring these in slightly. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit of a play. I'm probably going to pop you guys on a time lapse, and then I'm going to come back and show you what this looks like when it is finished. I think that looks better. Yes, she says she's going to show it to you once she's finished. And then she continues talking. Gosh, I shouldn't laugh at my own joke, should I? That is very sad. Anyway, like I was saying, better to be bonkers than boring. Okay, it's also dinner time, and I also need to cook. So, I really need to get a skedaddle on. So I'll see you in a sec. You'll be pleased to know that I have finished faffing with my florals. And it is done. It is done. Just to share what it looks like. So this is it. It's very loose. It's very whimsical, and it is just beautiful. So we've got so many different seasonal florals in here. We've got the delphiniums, and these just look absolutely stunning. We've got that gorgeous violet, and then a little bit more of a sort of deep, rich purple into those gorgeous agapanthus. The hollyhock, I cannot get over the hollyhock. I think this is just incredible. We've also got some foxgloves in there, some of those beautiful pale pink roses. Can you believe these roses? They might even be 20 years old, and I just think they look absolutely incredible. And I just love this like big, loose, whimsical and colourful floral display. You know what, I wouldn't have normally said, you know, pinks, purples, blues, whites, the whole shebang, but I just think the fresh green just ties the whole thing together and complements everything else in here. We've got our stunning orchids at the back, and then all of the different colours. Even it pulls colours from our gorgeous rug. I am conscious that it is quite dark in here, so you guys can't really see it, but I think from all angles it just looks sensational. Even from the back, so anybody walking out of the dining room, and then this is the side that you saw me create, so it's just important that you've also got some beautiful florals pointing, I should say, different directions. But I am so pleased with that, and you just saw how quickly I popped it together. So that is our high summer faux silk floral arrangement for the next, I'd say, couple of months. Well, we are hosting rather a lot through the summer season. Turn you guys around. Of course, I will be sharing every moment of it with you. We've got parties, we've got barbecues, we've got birthdays, we've got engagement parties. Love celebrating love. So that is really exciting, and of course we're going to be having fresh florals. I've got so much planned. I'm actually seeing Nem this week. We have a meeting, and if you guys don't know who Nem is, he is the head of creative and head of florals for Floral, and they are the incredible florist company that supply all of our beautiful flowers. So we have a meeting this week in London to discuss the most exciting things in the pipeline. You guys are going to love it. I just actually simply can't wait and can't believe I've even kept a lid on it this far. But anyway, sadly I've got to keep a lid on it just a touch longer, but I will be sharing with you imminently. Anyway, I am now going to be spending the evening with Marcus, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, for me, it will be tomorrow, and for you guys in just a couple of seconds. And we're going to make that scrumptious homemade Elderflower Cordial mocktail together. And then we're going to toast the evening around the orchard, hopefully with some beautiful weather, and look at that outstanding rose arbor together. So, see you in a bit. Hi team. Well, it has been about 26 hours since we spoke last, and our Elderflower Cordial has been sort of stewing over here. I can't tell you, it's almost like filled the kitchen with the most stunning scent of elderflower and lemon. I can't tell you how strong this is, and also, don't be alarmed by the colour. I do think that that's because of the golden caster sugar, and also those little white flowers have started to go brown. So what we need to do now is I need to decant it without getting any of those sort of itty bitty little nittly gritty bits in the actual cordial. And there seems to be quite a lot here. That would definitely fill a bottle, don't you think? And sadly my Amazon bottles have not arrived. They weren't able to do next day delivery, so I'm excited for them to come because I think they will look gorgeous. But for the time being, I'm going to try and find some like gauze. We have quite a lot because when we decant the first growth claret red wine, obviously there's a lot of sort of nasty stuff at the bottom of the bottles. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a mooch in the butler's pantry and hopefully find something that we can use. I don't think a sieve is going to do it, but worst things worst, we'll give it a go. But I do also think that's a rather sticky business. Anyway, I am going to try my very best to ensure that we don't get any of those flowers or little bits or pips or anything from the lemon, and we will have a pure and scrumptious elderflower and lemon homemade cordial. And I cannot wait to make a mocktail with it. I am so excited. And also it does happen to be the most miserable evening, so I'm really sorry. I'm going to put it out there. The tour of the rose arbor is just not going to happen tonight. It needs to be a beautiful day, because trust me when I say tonight is just not the one. So you're going to have to wait and see for that. But hopefully you enjoyed the drone footage of the roses a little bit earlier in the vlog. Anyway, I will be back in just a jiffy. I'm off to find the gauze. Okay, failure. Could not find any of the sort of like wine gauze, so I'm going to use a sieve. I know we've got some downstairs in the wine cellar, but I can't be dealing with that. So I'm going to give it a go with a very fine. Which one would be the best one? I think it would be actually this one. And I'm going to get a big jug. Okay, I'm going to give this a go. This could potentially go everywhere, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring you guys over here. We're going to turn you around, and I'm going to pour this into our jug. Okay, here we go. Oh god, is it? Oh, it's going everywhere. It's going everywhere. Okay, I feel like this is going to get like the majority of it out. Okay, and there it goes. Oh my gosh, it looks incredible. Right, pop that there. I would say I've done an exceptional job, if I'm allowed to say so myself. I've got hardly any of the bits. Not a very pleasant noise. Look at that golden elderflower. Oh, that is amazing. I've literally created a whole jug of the most beautiful elderflower. I'm gonna pop that there. And I don't know whether to sort of like push this too much. No. Absolutely divine. I'm gonna pop all of that in the bin. And then the moment of truth. I know this is going to be outrageously sweet. Let's give it a go. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely delicious. I mean, it's sweet, but it's not too sweet where it's sort of like, you know, I've just tried, you know, an actual cordial here, essentially a sugar syrup. And I really do think that that apple cider vinegar that we used, oh my gosh. How have I not done this before? I do not know. Oh my word. I tell you what, I might have to bottle some of this up and send it to you guys because we've got so much elderflower and it's so simple and so easy. And just look at that golden mixture. Gosh, I cannot wait for my bottles to arrive and we will create the most beautiful homemade bottles with gorgeous stickers on the front. Okay, right, I'm moving you back and we're making a mocktail. So I've got my favorite glass, which is an enormous gin glass. And actually I had a lot of questions about these glasses and a lot of you were asking where you could buy them from. I will link them down below, but basically you need to look for like gigantic gin glasses or like balloon glasses. And some brands like Villeroy and Bosch actually do enormous red wine ones and they are beautiful, very, very fine and a nightmare to wash up and a bit of an investment. But I do personally think drinking out of a gorgeous quality glass with a real fine rim is just a pure luxury in all honesty. So another thing that I love to do is have a gorgeous garnish, of course. You know what I'm like? Presentation is key. So I don't know how I'm going to pour this without it getting absolutely everywhere. So the glass straw is going in. I'm going to top it with a little bit of San Pellegrino. And I'm going to pop a tiny, hopefully this Pyrex doesn't do me dirty. I'm going to try and, there we go, in she goes. And I'm going to pop, there we go. I think that will be enough. Maybe a touch more. I'm being naughty. I cannot wait for Mark to get home so that he can try our homemade elderflower. I just cannot wait. Okay, I'm gonna have to cling this and also just pop it in the fridge. I wouldn't normally keep elderflower cordial in the fridge. What do you think? It's also sort of the season for ants. And I think ants will have an absolute whale of a time with this. So I don't want to encourage any ants into the house. I think I'm gonna cling it and pop it in the fridge until I receive the bottles. And I'm going to just pop that on the top, have a little bit of a mix first. As you can see, I do love to pop an excessive amount of ice into a glass. I just think it looks bougie. It also looks really, really generous if you are making a drink for a guest. I think that's one of my top tips for hosting, is to always look as though you're being super, super generous. And you know what? You don't have to have an enormous glass. Like if you don't have enough ice, it's like I always say when you're popping like crisps out or olives out, if you don't have that many, just make the dish smaller. I know that sounds silly, but I always think like it's a mental thing. When you see a bowl that's overflowing, you sort of think, oh, how generous, there are loads of them in there. However, if you see like a bowl that's half empty of crisps, you're a bit like, oh, it's a bit stingy. Anyway, that's how I think. So in terms of when it comes to drinks as well, be really generous with the ice, fill it all the way to the top, put a gorgeous garnish, add a little glass straw, and yeah, it's a really gorgeous way of having a drink. But anyway, the moment of truth, the taste test. I actually can't believe this. How have I got to the age of 28 and have never made, considering I am a baker and cooker and absolutely adore cooking and love the kitchen and make so many different recipes? Holy smokes. I'm going to have to make this a bloody business at this rate, aren't I? Just add making elderflower to the weekly to-do list as well, ladies. Anna and Ellen, add it to the to-do list. This has literally just made my entire week. It is sweet without being too sweet. It's buttery, it's creamy, little hints of jasmine somehow. It's got vanilla. You can tiny bit taste the apple cider vinegar, sort of like cutting through the real sweetness of it. So it's not too overpowering. That is the most delicious thing I have ever tasted. I cannot wait to start sort of, in a way, experimenting myself, adding ginger, adding, you know, maybe different vanilla essence. Maybe we're gonna add a little bit of like rose petals in there. I don't know whether peonies would be edible, I'm not quite sure. Lavender, you know, you can really go wild. I cannot wait to try that out. I feel like this is gonna have to become a bit of a series, isn't it? Well, elderflower and lemon cordial is a tick, a huge success. And if any of you out there are local to me, obviously I don't talk about where I live, other than being between Henley and Marlow. So if any of you incredible people out there are local to me, then let me know, and I would love to give you a bottle of this beautiful elderflower cordial, and it's absolutely scrumptious. All of my friends who are watching are now going to know what I'm going to be bringing as little like hosting gifts whenever you go to like a dinner party. I think it's just so gorgeous to be able to take something that you've made yourself, like whether it's home cooked goods, you know, brownies, cookies, elderflower cordial, might even be something that you've grown in your garden. I feel like that's one of my goals, and Josie has been sort of like coaching me in a way, saying that if I could look after 4 sausage dogs, then I could look after plants. I'm a terrible plant mother, I will admit it. My herbs get an absolute bashing. I sort of water my basil as it's looking extremely limp. But I will be better, because a goal of mine is most certainly to be able to grow my own vegetables and be able to make a whole meal from literally our garden to the kitchen table. I think it would be very special. And also to be able to gift gorgeous tomatoes and, I don't know, a courgette. Put a beautiful ribbon, a Luxury by Leonora ribbon around a courgette. Goals, wholesome goals. Anyway, I am going to be having the most gorgeous evening ahead of me. I've got a little bit more work to do, and then Mark and I are going to snuggle up on the sofa with the sausages. I think that's him. So I'm going to be bringing this vlog to an end. I truly hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've literally loved every second of it. I am so excited. I'm off to go and pick more elderflower if it wasn't just horrible. Anyway, Mark is back, so I will see you on the next one. And as always, sending you so much love.